So today I'm going to talk about a method that I implemented when I started learning Russian, where I had speaking sessions right from the beginning. Now, this is an approach that seems like it's about the now, but it's really an investment in your future self. So, if you don't know me, my name is Mark, and this is Language Come Up, where I come up and you do too. All right, so from the very beginning of my Russian studies, I took speaking sessions on Skype. All right, so let me just talk to you a little bit how I did that, and you're going to see why I think it's a good idea, and you can consider it for yourself if you would like. All right, so of course, in the first couple sessions, you're going to do the pronunciation work. You're going to look over the alphabet, and the teacher's going to go over the pronunciation with you. That's what I did. So basically, the first class, we really took the time to go over that. And then in the following ones, you just kind of um, go over it and review it, but then essentially you can get right to the method from the very beginning. So here is how it goes. So you're going to talk about whatever comes to mind, all right? And you're going to use English, but the teacher will be giving you back your target language. So it's going to be like you're going to talk about whatever you're feeling like asking, whatever happened in your life, whatever's up. You're basically going to have a conversation with the help of English, and it's going to go like this. So, for example, I can say, last last weekend I went to my friend's birthday party with my girlfriend, right? How do you say that? And the teacher will tell you, and they will write it down for you. They'll send it to you, and then you're going to read it. They're going to help you with the pronunciation. All right. And you're going to continue with this conversation like that. So she's going to ask, okay, my teacher is a woman, so that's why I'm saying she, but the teacher is going to continue the conversation. Oh, did you get a present? And I'm going to say something like, and she's gonna say it, and then she's gonna write it. She's gonna tell you what it means, and then you're gonna repeat it again. She's gonna help you with the pronunciation. And then you continue with the conversation, right? And you can have a whole class like this. And what's great is that at the end of every class, you're going to have all this text of useful language. The teacher is going to give you the recording, so you have something to review from week to week. And after time, it turns into a library of personalized material for you. So it's material that is based off of your life, what you think, and it essentially is like, personal um, material just for you. It's amazing, and you're able to remember this so much more because it's connected with our emotions, because really it's about what we think, what we feel, what we do, what we have done, and you're so much more likely to remember this. Um, I can't tell you how many times that I've just pulled things due to memory from things that I went over in these classes. It helps you remember grammar, grammar structures, vocabulary, phrases. When I did that year and a half Russian progress video, I had a guy who did not believe that I didn't study Russian grammar, because there's one structure in Russian that is because of, right? For example, in the video I said I wanted to go to Russia, but I can't because of coronavirus. So there's a specific word for because of, and the word that follows is in a different case. And he told me, if you didn't study grammar, how would you know to do all those changes, right? Or to make that change and all that, right? And I remember very perfectly that I was talking with my teacher, who is from a country called Georgia, and the dictator Stalin was from Georgia. So I was telling her, oh, I would like to visit Georgia one day, but not because of Stalin. So that's one example of how I learned grammar, a piece of grammar, through this natural conversation method, right? So I could study it between weeks, and I would have something to listen to. But after time, I would have such a great volume of things that I could literally just study those, and that would be a part of my routine. So very helpful stuff. Um, so other than that, what it's going to do for you, it's going to create an emotional connection, right? So of course you wanna have class with a teacher, or a tutor that for you could be like a friend in real life. For me, the ideal online teacher tutor is the following: it's a person that can help you with your language, but can also be your friend. This is the most ideal situation, and this is what you want to look for. So, even if you start by having these like intertwined Russian English things, or English foreign language things, you're still connecting with another person, a person from the culture of the language that you want to speak. And this is going to give you so much more motivation to continue. People that follow me know that I believe that emotional connection is the key to maintain long-term motivation in language learning. So, emotional connection and content that is interesting for you, but I would give the edge to emotional connection, because as much as I would love to consume great content, read great books, what I would love even more is to have great experiences with great people. So it's going to do that for you, right? And I have a whole video about this. You can check it. I'll leave it in the description. But so it's going to help you remember all these things. You're going to be establishing an emotional connection with the person. And third, it's going to create a system that allows speaking to emerge naturally, right? So I think that if you want to systematically improve your speaking, you have to program your classes systematically, right? So just the fact that I had, let's say, for the first, what was it? The first, I would say, the first 7 months, I just had one class a week on Sundays, right? So, of course, I was doing my studies throughout the week, and I would just have my classes on Sundays. I would say around my month 5, the speaking emerged, right? Me forming just these basic sentences, and when I did this, I was on cloud 9. It was an amazing feeling. So basically, you give yourself the opportunity for speaking to emerge naturally, and I think that's just incredible, because I don't believe in speaking from the beginning per se, but with this method, although it may appear to be the case, it's not really that, right? It's not that. And I also don't believe that we need to be doing input for 2 years to be able to enjoy speaking a language. That's not necessary. So with this method, it just allows speaking to emerge when speaking emerges. And that's really, really cool. So that's basically the general idea of this method. Any questions, comments, please leave them, in the comments. For your next language, I would seriously consider doing this, right? So that's all I have for you today. So give this video a like and subscribe, and stay on your language come up. We'll see you next time. Okay, so the idea of this conversation method, like I said, is to basically have the most natural conversation possible using English to help you with comprehension, right? So, the conversation can go from one point to the other. Just as natural of a conversation we can have in real life, we can also do it in our foreign language class. So I gave the example of, okay, so, you talk about the weekends, and you ask what this person did, you say what um, you did. Oh, I went to see my friend. It was his birthday. I went with my girlfriend. The teacher asked me, "Oh, did you get him a birthday present?" And I say, "Oh, I didn't. I don't think it's really necessary. at this point in life, I didn't think he really wanted one anyway." Um, so basically, you're able to have this kind of a conversation, and the teacher tells you their responses in the target language. At the beginning, you're not really going to understand them. As time goes on, you build your comprehension, you understand more and more. Um, so eventually, English becomes less used and less used until essentially it doesn't become used at all, right? So, you know, I I haven't used English in my classes for a long, long time, right? And anytime that I need to use English now, I just write it out, but I never speak it. And it's been a while since I've needed to do that. All right, so that's basically it. And